Today on Locked On Red Wings, Alex DeBrincat stays hot, scoring 2 as the Detroit Red Wings come back against the New York Islanders.
You're Locked On Red Wings, your daily podcast on the Detroit Red Wings. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to the Locked On Red Wings podcast. We are your hosts, Brian Fisher and Scotty Bentley, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, including on YouTube. And Scotty, yesterday, and I think the day before that, we said the words, at least between the two of us at least one time. What more can you say about Alex DeBrincat? And Scotty, we better figure it out because that's going to be our leading storyline here on this episode as the Red Wings come back to defeat the New York Islanders 3-2, scoring 3 in the third period, 2 again at the hands of Alex DeBrincat as he reaches the 20-goal mark on the season. So we'll talk about him, the game as a whole, other notable performers before giving you a preview for the game tonight, by the time you're listening to this, against the Utah Mammoth. So, before we get to any of that, I got to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel and place your NFL live bets all season long. Scotty, Alex DeBrincat scores 2 today on 6 shots to help the Detroit Red Wings overcome a 1-0 and then a 1-0 deficit going into the third period against the New York Islanders, kind of exercising those demons. As we all know, those 2 previous games against the Islanders were a 7-2 and 5-0 loss, as Ilya Sorokin has been a thorn in their side all season long. Yeah, Alex DeBrincat, pretty dang good, huh?
He's not bad at hockey. Yeah, I mean, he's an assist away from 2020 already.
So good.
It is. However much credit he receives, I will not let people forget about how much heat he got from this fan base in his first season. Like and we were obviously a part of that. I'm not like saying that from an ivory tower. Like we defended him, but
yes.
there was certainly a level of production that was expected of him that he was not achieving. And it's one thing to see him reach this point where the goals are now, now they're coming in bunches, right? Like you're seeing a ton of goals, and he has what they say the second most goals in the NHL since like the middle of October or whatever. But it's one thing to get that, because that's what we expected when the Wings traded for him, right? It was like, okay, this guy hopefully is going to be that goal scorer that the Wings can rely on a night-to-night basis, and can be that guy that when they go through droughts with goals that they can lean on and that they can rely on to break that type of stuff. But it's a whole nother thing for him to have almost as many assists as goals and not be a complete liability in the defensive zone or the neutral zone. And this is comfortably the best all-around player that DeBrincat has ever been in his NHL career. And I think it's just unbelievably cool and exciting, and I think it should be very much celebrated, because a lot of the fan base threw a lot of crap his way in that first season. And now he's not only been what we wanted him to be, I would say he's exceeded that.
Just to throw this out there, because you're right, there was a lot of heat going DeBrincat's way when he came over to Detroit. And one of the things we defended him on was, one, he was getting a lot of assists. I believe he set or tied a career high in assists that season, despite scoring 27 goals, in addition to, I should say. And he showed a lot of heart defensively. And that aspect of his game has continued to improve each season that he's been here.
Yeah.
Scotty, I want you to take a guess at his percentile rate, according to Evolving Hockey, for defense.
Oh,
What percentile is
Yeah.
Alex DeBrincat in for defense?
Give me I'm just gonna be like super lame and just play it safe and just say it's around 50%.
75 percentile.
Wowzers.
So he's
dude, that's nuts.
He's in the top 25% of forwards in the NHL right now this season, according to Evolving Hockey and defense. He's a top 11, was it WAR player? Let me double check on this. It was sent to me by a friend earlier today, but he is 11th in the NHL coming into this game. I'm scrolling up because I was not prepared to. Yeah, he's the 11th best forward in WAR this season. Wins above replacement at 6.3. Behind guys like Artemi Panarin at 10th. Connor McDavid at 9th. Tage Thompson at 8th. Nikita Kucherov at 7th. It goes up from there. Leon Draisaitl's leading at 1. He's been unreal on both sides of the ice. Overall, he's a 95th percentile forward. Top 5% in the league this season, according to Evolving Hockey. He's been unreal. So what more can we say about Alex DeBrincat? Well, that you just found out. He has been playing the best hockey of his career, and it's been so much fun to watch. And yeah, that's what I got.
It's awesome. Well, and then I mean, we can focus a little bit more on this game. Obviously, the 2 goals. Man, the second one was just effing awesome. Like that is just, you're cycling around, you're trying to find an open shot. There's a couple of opportunities where I'm yelling, shoot the puck, and they don't. And then I look like an idiot because they score anyway. And like,
Doesn't take much.
All right, dude. It's just he takes a huge. Was that Sider at the point that did kind of a fake shot pass to him over on the wing? He takes a one-timer off of whoever's leg that was for the Islanders. It goes right back to him, and then he just scores a goal off the goaltender's face. Like that is awesome power play hockey from the wings. Like they were able to keep it in the zone. They scored pretty quickly on that one, I guess, but they were able to keep it in the zone for they had 2 power plays in this one, 3,
2. Yep.
And yeah, man, I thought the unit looked great. Obviously, Cat highlights it with goals on both of them, but I thought the unit was great as a whole and was able to keep applying pressure and cycle the puck and retain possession, especially in that first power play opportunity. So yeah, all the credit in the world to him, and it's beautiful to have a player of this caliber that has 20 goals on December 16th.
Yeah, he looked really good on the power play as well. But yeah, both the power play goals were primary from Moritz Seider, secondary from Lucas Raymond. The power play that did not have Patrick Kane, mind you, coming into the game, as I believe it was JVR replacing Kane. JVR playing a traditional net front role.
JVR with the screen. The most beautiful moving screen I've ever seen. That was not goalie interference, by the way. I know it wasn't called, and they didn't even challenge it. But if the goaltender's out of the crease, that kind of whatever.
Sorokin. JVR is entitled to the space outside of the crease, and he was outside of the crease the whole time.
Yeah, 100%. And Sorokin, I mean, is unbelievable and had an incredible game. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later. It was phenomenal, as he always is. But JVR with the beautiful moving screen to help Cat with that goal.
Post in. Yeah, and the thing too, man, the Red Wings played a fantastic game all night long, all around the game. They did start out slow. I don't think they had a shot through the first 7 minutes of the game, but when they woke up, they dominated that game.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness. Like, it was a 3-2, but it could have been so much worse. But the Islanders blocked a lot of shots, and Sorokin came up big in instances where they couldn't block shots. The Red Wings obviously they went 2 for 2 on the power play, as we were already aware. They did go 1 for 1 on the PK as well. And mind you, it's a very timely penalty kill because it was late in the second period when the Red Wings were down 1-0. If they allow a goal in that instance, it's 2-0 going into the third period. It's a completely different feel going into that third. So it's a big penalty kill for the Detroit Red Wings. They did a great job there. And then at 5-on-5, Scotty, they outshot attempted the Islanders 57-46 for 55%. They had 19 shots for and 17 total against, 53%. Scoring chances were 27 to 16. High danger chances were 12 to 5, and expected goals were 2.7 to 1.7. That's all at 5-on-5. So obviously they won the special teams battle, but even though they got outscored at 5-on-5, 2-1, they were playing great hockey at 5-on-5, including 2 or 3 extended sequences in the offensive zone where they got shift changes while maintaining possession in the offensive zone. So, like, if number one storyline is Alex DeBrincat, the number two storyline is just how well they played as a team on home ice after coming back from a long road trip. That was a fantastic game by the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because they could have played a little bit more of a conservative, end of the game. I think it was Ozzy that was talking about it during one of the breaks. It's like, you know what, your first game back against a really good hockey team after a road trip, you're tied. You can just kind of play, not necessarily play for the point, but you can be in a position where you're like, you know what, 1 point is not the end of the world here against this team, considering the fact that we just got back from a long road trip. And they blew that out of the water, and they continue to be aggressive and play the game that they have been. And I think that there's something to be said for that, because that's faith and trust in your system, right? There's something I've said earlier in the year, is process over results over the course of a full season. And obviously, you can argue about the I don't know, logistics, I'll say, of that come, like the very end of the season or in the postseason even, but like over 82, if you trust your system and continue to apply it and continue to, correct positioning, like doing everything that you're coached to do and that you practice, like when it works as well as it has been, even if the goals don't come, you kind of got to stick by your guns and continue to do so. And I think that they've been reaping the rewards from that over the last certainly couple of weeks. So yeah, I completely agree with you. It's awesome to see. And it's, I mean, honest, I don't want to be too dramatic like in the moment, but I think it's one of the better wins of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Scotty, let's head to a break. When we return, we'll continue talking about this game. We got to talk about Axel Sandine Pelica's goal. The second line as a whole, as John Leonard made his NHL debut, or Red Wings debut today.
He was close to a Hattie.
Very close to a Hattie. A very safe $100 staying in my pocket. Stay tuned for segment 2 of Locked On Red Wings. The holidays are amazing, but they can also get overwhelming fast. Travel, gifts, parties, year-end expenses, it's really easy to lose track of your money this time of year. And that's exactly why Monarch has become such a game changer. If you want to keep your finances under control this holiday season, you need to be using Monarch, rated Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, simple dashboard. The holiday spending category can become a lifesaver. You can see exactly what's left in your gift and travel budget in real time. In minutes, you can check your net worth, link all your accounts, and keep track of contributions before deadlines. And it's great for couples, shared dashboards, shared goals, and fewer "wait, how much did we spend?" conversations. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNHL at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code LOCKEDONNHL. Scotty, the second line had a little bit of a new look to it today. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Alex DeBrincat and his 2 power play goals to send the Red Wings to the victory. But John Leonard, with a recent call-up from Grand Rapids, made his Red Wings debut, replacing Patrick Kane on the second line. And that's big shoes to fill. They are very, very big shoes to fill. And Todd McClellan said it. Was he going to ask John Leonard to be Patrick Kane? Absolutely not. No one can be Patrick Kane. But I did like what I saw from John Leonard in this hockey game, and I thought he gave the second line a different, but different in a good way, kind of look.
Yeah, and I it's interesting because I certainly don't want this to come across as like not comprehending or understanding Patrick Kane's value, because what he provides to this team in the offensive zone is I mean, borderline unmatched, and especially obviously on the power play too. But I thought Leonard fit in seamlessly. Like I thought he kind of provided a perfect fit of what that line needed in Kane's absence. Not only did he have a couple of shots on net, a couple of scoring opportunities, he also had a really good pass that what was that, to Cop across the ice. It was a little slow, which is probably why Sorokin was able to track it and ultimately keep it out of the net. But I think that's again, like that, plus fighting in corners a little bit. He wasn't a slouch in the defensive zone or the neutral zone, certainly. I think it was a change of pace from maybe what we usually see the second line look like because of how they deploy lines that Patrick Kane are on, which again is fine. Like I'm not saying that as like a slanderous like thing. I'm just saying that it looked different than we're used to, and I don't think that that's a bad thing either. And I agree with you. I think he played a great game.
It's because they're different types of players, so the dynamic of the line changes depending on who's in the lineup. John Leonard made that line become a much heavier forechecking team. We know DeBrincat's not adverse to getting in the corners, battling for pucks, and throwing his body. We know Andrew Kopp's not adverse to that, and now we know John Leonard's not adverse to that either. It was a line that had 60% share of shot attempts when they were out there. John Leonard, when he was on the ice in this game, 13 minutes of 5-on-5 time, so not a small sample size. 15 shot attempts for, only 8 against when he was on the ice in this hockey game. Was he a game changer like Patrick Kane? No. But it was, like I said, it was different in a good way in that his hustle made that line become less of a skill line and more of a grinding type lines. Sure. And then Alex DeBrincat, who was on fire today, was just firing the puck from everywhere.
Right, yeah.
It was fun to watch. And don't get me wrong, Patrick Kane comes back, second line gets back together. Like, we're not pulling a Colin Coward right now and going, Kane, we're good. John Leonard is here. We're not doing that. Patrick Kane definitely has a spot when he returns, but there was, we wondered what John Leonard would look like. He hasn't played an NHL game in a calendar year. He's been lighting up in AHL, and he is asked to play top 6 minutes with Alex DeBrincat in his first game with the Red Wings.
I thought he looked good. Great, dude. I genuinely think he looked really, really good. And again, he had 2 goal scoring opportunities too. I mean, it wasn't like he was just doing, grimy work. I mean, he had a great pass that almost led to a goal that would have been a primary, and had a couple of goal scoring opportunities too. So, like, I mean, I think he looks pretty darn good. And organizational depth is a beautiful and wonderful thing. Are you about to sneeze? Are you just telling me to talk so that
I was going to sneeze, and then as soon as you said it, it went away.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Organizational depth is a very nice thing, and you're right. He had that attempt to Cop down low, and then he had a breakaway and a rebound chance off his own breakaway. So he looked good. Axel Sandine Pelica continues to just absolutely heat up. He's the one who tied it early in the third period. He comes streaking down the wing and just I
love it, dude.
Sorokin's been so hard for the Red Wings to solve, and during the second intermission, I said to a friend of mine that the Red Wings have got to honestly start creating chaos and just shooting the puck as much as possible, because you're not going to be able to just beat Sorokin clean. And then they did it 3 times short. Well, 2 of them short side
yeah.
In the third period. One off of his head by DeBrincat, and then this one was an absolutely just great. Lifts it over the shoulder, short side of Ilya Sorokin, Axel Sandine Pelica with his most electric goal yet. And we've been talking about it. He's been getting more comfortable, more confident, and it's starting to show through as we see a little bit more every game of that offensive ceiling we've been promised.
This might be my favorite Red Wings goal of the season so far. And I know I'm speaking a lot of hyperboles tonight, but like vibes are high, man. This was like, genuinely, this is such a huge win. This was an awesome hockey game. But that goal from ASP is the epitome of the value he brings. He gets that puck on the effing blue line, dude. This is not like the puck just finds his stick and he's right in front of the net and he's like, okay, I'll shoot while I'm here. Like, he literally gets control of that puck on the blue line and just half circles around the entire defense and goes, okay, well, if you're going to give me a lane, I'm just going to take it. And as you already mentioned, goes short side, top shelf. That is exactly the ceiling that has been talked about with him since he was playing minor league hockey. That is exactly the type of, perceived value that has been rumored with him since draft night. I was absolutely like on my feet yelling in my apartment when he scored that goal. I absolutely loved every second of it. That is the epitome of an offensive defenseman, finding the back of the net.
That's 7 points in his last 7 games for
Not
Axel
bad.
Sandine Pelica.
Not bad.
We'll head to another break. When we return, Scotty, we'll wrap up our thoughts on this game. Got thoughts on the top pair as Moritz Seider and Simon Edvinsson continue to dominate. Lucas Raymond with 3 assists in this hockey game, and John Gibson thoughts as well before previewing briefly the game against the Mammoth. Stay tuned to segment 3 of Locked On Red Wings. NFL Sundays move fast. One big play and suddenly everything feels different. That's what makes live betting with FanDuel so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place live bets as the action unfolds, every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. Live betting is best when the game starts to shift. A receiver gets hot, a defense tightens up, or the momentum flips after a turnover. FanDuel lets you jump into the moment. Live spreads and money lines adjust instantly. Player props update as guys heat up. You can bet next touchdown scores, drive results, totals, and more. It keeps you locked into every snap, every drive, every possibility. So if you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. All righty, Scotty. Before we begin segment 3, I do want to thank everyone for making Locked On Red Wings their first listen every day. And thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. You already live your team every day. Now take it up a level and go ad-free. Join the Everydayer Club today and get Locked On Red Wings with no interruptions, members-only Discord, and more, all for $5 a month or $50 a year. Go to lockedonredwings.supercast.com or check the link in the show notes to learn more. Scotty, thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Was it good?
No, I wasn't thumbs upping you. I was trying to get the thing to do the thing.
Oh, that's a Mac thing we've discovered.
Yeah. I can't just. Oh,
there you go.
There's, I guess.
It's always awkwardly timed. You think you're going to get it, and then it doesn't. And then right as you give up, it goes off.
That is, yeah.
Lucas Raymond had 3 assists in this hockey game, and talk about a guy who's due. He does everything. The top line looked fantastic in this hockey game, honest to goodness. Emmett Finney with his endless motor. You talk about a lot of the reason why the Red Wings were.
Did he get the shot block to end the game?
That was Edvinsson, I believe. I believe that was Edvinsson.
I couldn't tell who it was, but I loved whoever just threw their body out in front of the puck on that rebound with like 3 seconds left. I absolutely adore you.
Right. Edvinson's endless, not Edvinsson. You got me on Edvinsson now.
Sorry.
Emmett Finney's endless motor, you're good. Created a lot of turnovers for the Red Wings. He constantly was helping keep the play alive. Lucas Raymond and Dylan Larkin were fantastic at cycling the puck. Both had multiple opportunities to score, and Lucas Raymond he's getting into snake-bitten territory with the puck on his stick, but it's just like to start the season last season. Like, he's not scoring goals, but man, is he still getting on the stat sheet. 3 assists in this hockey game on every single goal. Like, he was, like, if DeBrincat is I don't even know what analogy I'm trying to use here, but, like, Raymond was just as impactful as Alex DeBrincat in this hockey game, just like in a more understated kind of way.
Yeah. By the way, the official Red Wings Twitter account just put out Alex DeBrincat became the fastest Red Wings player to score 20 goals in a season since Henrik Zetterberg did in 28 games played in the 07-08 season. And I just thought that was cool.
It's a good season.
Yeah. Not noteworthy at all. It's I agree with you. I think that there is, and maybe part of it's a chemistry thing and just playing together a little bit more, but it really feels like everyone's kind of settling into their roles lately. And Finney is certainly a part of that. But the top pair helps anchor all of it, right? Like having Edvinsson and Seider on the ice at the same time is such a, I guess anchor really is the word. I can't think of a better one, but it's there's like a safety net back there for whatever line is on the ice with them. It's just like, okay, like we're not going to give up anything. Like we might as well play. I don't know whether it's a little bit more aggressive or, go for an aggressive, whatever, poke check, forecheck, try to get the puck back, whatever. Like having that solid back line has, I think, kind of affected everything, if you will. And I think, to be fair, also part of that is the emergence of ASP, because I don't feel like the coaching staff is as comfortable putting Edvinsson and Seider together if the second pair, credit to Sherratt as well, who's had a solid season, but if that second pair has been as serviceable and solid, especially in the offensive zone, as it's been.
Yeah. Seider and Edvinsson, I think, are just dominant. Like, I don't know if it necessarily matters who the other defensive pairs are or what deployments that Seider and Edvinsson are put in. I think that they're just dominant together no matter what. I mean, Seider led the Detroit Red Wings in this hockey game with an expected goal share of 80, something crazy, 87% expected goal share. The kids line of Soderblom, Kasper, and Danielson were second, third, and fourth with 84%, by the way. Don't have time to talk about everyone. All four lines played great in this game. The kids line, Soderblom had a couple of really nice cycles using that long reach to keep plays alive. I digress. But, I mean, we talk about what more can you say about Alex DeBrincat. I mean, what more can you say about Moritz Seider and Simon Edvinsson, too? I know Edvinsson did take the penalty. It was a beautiful stick lift that unfortunately and unintentionally turned into a hook as it was clamped down on there by the Islanders to draw the penalty. It's a great stick lift in my opinion. And I just, the two of them together are one of, if not the best defensive pairing in the NHL right now, which is just an insane thing to think about. Like, that's insane.
True, though, yeah.
Like, we used to dream of times like these.
We literally did. I remember on draft night when the Wings took Edvinsson, dreamt of the moment when him and Seider would be on a pair together. Yes.
So the Oracle is back, is what you're saying. That is a throwback to faithful listeners.
Yes. Shout out to our favorite Australian, who still to this day calls me the Oracle.
That's back when you predicted a Alex Nedeljkovic 40-save shutout to the shot against, was it Carolina?
42 or 43, 46. It was Carolina, yeah. Yeah, that was one that was crazy, because that was one where, like, in the third period, I'm sitting there like, okay, Carolina needs to shoot 2 more times and I look like a genius. Like, this is like I'm rooting for them to get shots on net. Yeah, that was definitely a throwback.
Finally, Scotty, the Red Wings play again tonight against the Utah Mammoth. Mammoth also on the second half of a back-to-back, so you can't use that as not that you would, but people cannot use that as an excuse if the Red Wings do come up short. They just got pumped by the Boston Bruins 4-1.
They're traveling around too.
Well, like the Red Wings did their Western Conference road trip, a lot of Western Conference teams are coming east at the moment, i.e. Utah, who's Boston last night, Utah, or Detroit tonight. Big injuries for them. Kerfoot is out, as is Cooley. Cooley's out for quite some time. He's one of their top scorers, one of their top young players. What do you got on Utah, man? They're a team.
They are certainly that. They are certainly a hockey team in the NHL. No, I mean, obviously the early in the season there was I don't know if hype's the right word, but just like excitement, I guess, surrounding the newest. I guess they are technically, because like the Arizona doesn't claim any of or they're not claiming any of Arizona's like history or anything. So like,
I hate that stuff. So annoying.
Yeah, I mean it's completely arbitrary, but they're I don't know, they're exactly 500 on the season, 16-16-3. I think they'll be 16, maybe 17-3 going into this game after the Bruins loss. So that makes them around 4-6 in their last 10. Like, they're just kind of been a middle of the road team. They have some decent, young players that we kind of saw emerge at the end of the Coyotes era, and now are obviously playing for them. They are pretty decent at shot suppression, but they haven't got good goaltending, so it hasn't really mattered. They're middle of the pack in terms of offense. The one thing they have going for them is they have a phenomenal penalty kill. They don't have a good power play, really, whatsoever. But their penalty kill is like right on the cusp of being a top 5 kill in the entire sport, which, again, given their goaltending is kind of surprising because they don't have very good goaltending. But as I mentioned, they have good shot suppression, and that's kind of how they've been able to win games. Is they try to emulate the low event hockey, taking a page out of Lalonde's playbook a little bit. They try to just kind of emulate that, and it obviously works on the penalty kill and keeps games close. And again, they're around 500. So
yeah, I think it's really funny when you look at these teams, what they're good at 5-on-5 versus what they're good at the special teams, and them being completely opposite. Because yeah, their penalty kill is really good, their power play not so good. But what do they excel at 5-on-5? Pucks to the net.
Sure.
They are, Scotty, at 5-on-5, the 4th best team in shot attempts. So they have 1,668 shot attempts. That's 4th. Red Wings are sitting at 5th, mind you, just 17 shot attempts behind them. And they also are 5th in the NHL in total 5-on-5 goals for at 75. They score a lot of goals, and they shoot the puck a lot.
Yeah.
But as you have already hinted at just now, they have the league's worst save percentage as a team at 5-on-5. They have the worst goaltending in the league right now, 32 out of 32 at 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So
but then they have a great penalty kill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't always line up. And I mean, that's
Right.
just the difference in, like, and I think that really emphasizes too how special teams is played so differently than 5-on-5 hockey.
For sure.
That you can be terrible at defense at 5-on-5, but your structure on the penalty kill is like just locks it down.
For sure. Well, and I think another fascinating thing with their offense is, their offensive mindset is everybody is shooting. And I know you just mentioned the shot totals, but when I say everybody, I mean everybody. They don't have they have good players that took steps forward at the end of the Coyotes era, but like they don't have anyone that is overpowering in terms of goals scored, but everybody has a handful. Like it's just top to bottom. It's a team mindset of, you know what, we don't have any of those elite goal scorers, so we're not going to mess around and wait for like the perfect opportunity to present itself to get a shot on net. We're just going to get as many shots on net as possible and hope something good happens. And it, again, that along with a really good penalty kill has and again, like the goaltending sucks, but their goals against aren't like terrible, weirdly, at least on a game-to-game basis. So
if they had good goaltending, they'd be right up there with like Minnesota in terms of points. Yeah. But their goaltending's really bad, so the Red Wings got to take advantage. Scotty, do you have any final thoughts?
I don't think so, man. We ball. Really exciting. I know we went a little long today, but like really exciting hockey game. This was kind of this is a classic. If you don't like this, you don't like NHL hockey. Like that was just a beautiful, beautiful game to watch from both teams, all ends of the ice, all facets of the game. Goaltending this game really kind of had everything. It was really fun, and it's a lot more fun for us because the Wings won.
Absolutely. Scotty, we'll be back tomorrow. Any final thoughts? Did you say wee ball?
I did. I think
you did. Okay, but then you said you started another thing.
Yeah,
so.
and then I started yapping.
Yeah. Next time, don't do that.
All right.
Anyways, same time, same place. It's your team every day.